Yo, another day, another video. Welcome back, guys. It's Unk. Today we're doing a react. We're reacting to the most controversial moments in Siege history. I think it's each year. I'm sorry, I'm scuffed. Don't mind me. What's it called, guys? I'll see you guys at. I just scuffed this whole one up. So you know what? I'm gonna leave it. I'll see you guys at the end. Peace.
All right, y'all, welcome back to the tuber. This is the biggest controversy from every year explained by Garfield is Doc. Lock in, lock in, lock in.
Siege is going to go down as one of the most interesting communities to be a part of. With that being said, the last 10 years has seen some of the most insane controversies. From literal pro players being caught cheating in the early days to even most recent pro player being accused of taking some...
Am I clickbaited by the title already? I thought this was about everything. This is just about R6. Damn, they got me. Well, we're here. Let's go.
Without permission. Rainbow Six Siege is obviously way more than just a video game. For many, it's a lifestyle, a community, a family, but there's also a very dark side to it. So today, I'm going to go over the biggest controversy from every single year in Rainbow Six Siege. Let me know if you guys think I missed something or if you want to add on to one of my points, and let's get into it. In 2016, Rainbow Six Siege was trying to get their foot into esports. Before they can establish any presence in the scene, as one of the most popular esports in the world, one of the earliest cheating scandals nearly killed the scene's credibility. And guess what? It all started with a player named Cleaver. Siege was finally picked up by ESL in 2016, joining the big leagues alongside CSGO and Dota 2. But you gotta realize, this was 10 years ago when the scene was so small, meaning every team, every player, and every controversy had a massive impact, affecting any sponsors or potential investors. Over on Reddit, a post blew up. This post accused Cleaver, a pro player for the team VWS, of running a second monitor during official matches. And no, he just wasn't using it for Discord or TeamSpeak. This monitor allegedly showed enemy positions in real time. And the craziest part about all of this, after watching the YouTube video that was posted from Canadian, you can obviously tell that he is doing much more than just looking at a second monitor for Discord. He is obviously getting some type of information. It's almost like he forgot that there was a webcam facing towards his face.
In this clip, while he's spectating a teammate, he makes a comment while his teammate randomly wallbangs a spot that he's calling out and says, "Nice, nice," when his own teammate didn't even know he hit the guy. But Clever knew that he hit him because he is looking away at his other monitor and notices his aim is right on him through that wall.
Kitchen, check the kitchen. Kitchen door. Watch that door, Bobo. Oh, nice.
And while ESL confirmed that they've been looking into these allegations since day one, even if it looked obvious, they risked lawsuits if they dropped the hammer to ban him too early. Cleaver's defense...
Why, in case they're wrong? Can they get sued if they're wrong for, like, defamation or something? So they have to be 100%, 100% sure? Damn. So that sucks, bro, because the whole thing could go on. Because, well, I mean, I have a naked eye to it. That you guys that know what you're looking for don't.
And the second monitor was just for work. And even if any of that was true, he would then step down from competing due to work constraints. This was the first big controversy in the community, but it would be nothing like the following year. Back in 2017, one of Rainbow Six's most talented and popular...
Did it ever get a final result? Or I guess that's why it's called controversy. Bro, I gotta get off. I'm about to alt F4. I'm gonna alt F4. I think 1240 is a little bit too late for reacts for me, for those Unk reacts. But yeah, did it ever get a verdict, or did it just stand as is? As like, maybe.
Players being Shaiko got hit with a massive ban. ESL accused him of using macros after his MOS files showed something strange. And this is where the infamous 444 would come from. The MOS files showed that he pressed the 4 key 4 times in a row at almost perfect intervals. Humanly impossible is what they said. Penta actually believed that he had wall hacks.
Is that a lot of people had this like suspicion around Shaiko, but no one knew what to do about it. Everyone's like, oh, this is bad, but no one's gonna fix the road, right? Fix the issue. So I was like, okay, like send all your proof to me. I'll make a document and like I'll send it with my name on it to ESL/Ubisoft because someone's gotta put it in there. And when we sent it off to Ubisoft, they started, of course, their own investigation with ESL. They found stuff that we didn't find, and they deemed, okay, this is not good. And the issue that occurred is then that when the news comes out, I get excited because I feel like I did something good. So I say that, oh, it happened. I got Shaiko banned. And then after that, I also say, oh yeah, actually there's this document. A lot of people were, I don't want to mention names, like 7 teams were a part of this. There's a whole investigation, whatever. But the Score Esports made a video that kind of cut the clip right where it gets juicy.
But the official ban came down for macros instead. And this is kind of where that Pengu Shaiko beef comes from. And the reason why a lot of people dislike Pengu, because they think that he was just jealous of Shaiko.
Really? So they're mad that this kid wasn't afraid to put his name on it because I'm assuming other people were afraid to put their name on it because if they're wrong, not only do you look like an asshat, but also, I mean, could you potentially be sued as well as Rainbow Six? Ubisoft? I don't even know. So, but really, the community just backfired on him anyways and said, that's why, a lot of people just turn their cheek, bro, because
spamming his gadget key since he was a Hibana main, and he even proved it live on a hand cam. I do want to say though, overall Moss is a bad software. It is so annoying to use, so I wouldn't be surprised if there was any glitches. ESL wouldn't budge with the ban, and they actually banned him for 2 years. Even though he was cut short after about 1.5 years. To this day, people want to argue whether or not he was legitimately cheating or it was just an awful Moss error. Can you imagine if it ended up being the reason that it killed his career just for him to possibly not even have cheated? In 2018, Rainbow Six Siege was a completely different game, especially aesthetically. That same year, Ubisoft announced that to launch the game in China, they were having to remove things like skulls, blood, gambling icons, and anything.
Dude, are you fucking... Is this what they were talking about going woke? They went woke, and this is what they went. Well, we're gonna have a game about shooting and blowing each other up, but you can't have skulls, blood, and bullets. Like
actual imagery. But here's the thing: it wasn't just China at that time. These changes were gonna apply to everyone worldwide. The primary reasoning that they had was so that they can just work on one build without having to make micro changes on each, and overall it would be easier for them. The
that would make
Rainbow
sense.
Six Siege is a tactical FPS shooter, and especially the player base at that time, that is the primary reason why they started playing Rainbow Six Siege. So the community had a field day with...
Yeah, but I mean, that's kind of... I mean, I get where they're coming from. Because then you kind of have to devote people to one specific region when instead now you can just have one team that ships it all out. Obviously I can get that. I'm not dumb. CSGO is probably I'm not saying a smaller company, but they probably have less games to keep under an umbrella, where Ubisoft has a whole bandwidth of games. Even though I'm sure R6 is probably top dog. I'm not really sure what Ubisoft's lineup is, but so they probably put the most into it, but still, they would make it as cookie cutter as possible.
This information,
especially post-COVID, where businesses did everything they could to find out how to optimize at minimal cost. Oh yeah.
And they were giving all the backlash to Ubisoft. Just weeks later, Ubisoft folded under the pressure, and on November 21st, they reversed the decision, promising the global version would stay uncensored, while China would of course get its own build. It's kind of insane because it's one of the rare times that fans push back hard on something very minor and actually got a win. In 2019, Rainbow Six Siege ran into one of the worst problems to date. It wasn't cheaters, it wasn't bugs, but DDoS attacks. Right after the release of Ember Rise, rank became unplayable. Matches were getting flooded with fake traffic, servers lagged to death, and players were rubber banding all over the place. When I played the season, I was mind blown at the stupidity that I was witnessing. Basically, when you went on attack, if the enemy team was on defense, they would literally just DDoS the server, and you'd be sitting there for the entire 3 minutes just running in spawn, and then you would just lose the game easily. Or there would be enemies that were about to lose, and then they just boot the server. And it was was like the game basically never happened. I'm gonna try to find a clip. I literally faced somebody, I think on Skyscraper at the time when I was
Can't you
streaming,
just ban
and
those
this
accounts
happened to me.
easily though?
Stressing. They're gonna jump in. He jumped in bull. He's gonna try.
Probably have like 100% win rate. No,
It's fine.
Is he not?
I
Is he
played
not
during that. It was
playing?
so ass. So you genuinely like couldn't even play ranked? That'd be so mid. I would literally uninstall.
He's not. What the f- is this game?
Is that lag?
What is this bullshit?
What?
Why is he not lagging?
What is that?
What?
Not many communities can come back from a DDoS pandemic, and Ubisoft had to come back big. Their plan included issuing permanent bans for the worst offenders, reducing how many matches could be hosted per server, disabling penalties for players who got kicked out, and even starting legal action against the people
Ooh,
running these
shit.
attacks. By October, Ubisoft announced their fixes were working. DDoS frequently had dropped by a massive 93%, but that 1 month was probably one of the lowest points in Siege's history as a player coming from year one. I'm surprised Siege made it out of that. In 2020, a new problem emerged. For once, it wasn't cheaters, it wasn't DDoSers, but it was players using third-party adapters so they can use mouse and keyboard on console.
The
thing that separates
Zimmer.
Rainbow Six Siege from other FPS games is the fact that on console, there's no aim assist. I want to say that these devices were very popular around this time as well because the new rank being champion and there was more incentive to win in
Oh, that's dope. So champion was an added rank.
time leaderboards. It got so
That's
bad
dope.
that Ubisoft themselves had to acknowledge it. In their November 30th top issues and communities concern blog, they officially listed mouse and keyboard on console as a major problem they were investigating. By the end of 2020, Zim abuse had become one of the most hated exploits in Siege history, setting the stage for Ubisoft's later mousetrap system years down the line. I also want to say mouse and keyboard
No way.
wasn't entirely the biggest problem. It was also the anti-recoil scripts that they were able to use using these stupid little devices like a Cronus
wake
that
up,
would
I'm right here.
basically give zero recoil for operators like Twitch, F2, and it's actually the primary reason why single shot firing modes got taken out of the game because players would use really cheap devices and have no recoil.
Is that what people say I use for a controller? What is that, bro? Is that the Cronus thing that you guys were talking about?
Which with the Twitch F2, or they would abnormally
Damn.
hit a crazy fire rate with certain weapons. We've seen a number of different creator podcasts in the Siege community. Rainbow Six Radio by Icy Cat to Logic Bomb podcast to the biggest controversy of 2019 being the Hot Breach podcast featuring Get Flanked and Rogue 9. Rogue 9 was accused of misconduct involving a Ubisoft staff member. Meanwhile, Get Flanked was said to have sided against him. Of course, Rogue 9 denied all the accusations, insisting he was just wrong.
Bro made a 900 video series defending himself. That's hilarious.
Treated, and even later posted a video titled Get Flanked Lied and Macy J is Simply Wrong, being one of his last videos. According to Rogue 9, he was blacklisted by Ubisoft. He was cut out from any creator events and early content tests. Ubisoft never confirmed this, but after seeing the email that they sent him, it looks pretty legit. The outcome of everything ended the Hot Breach podcast and even Rogue 9's YouTube channel. It seemed like he stopped uploading around this time, and that kind of adds up. Especially if I was wrongly accused, I would definitely have a bad taste in my mouth, especially Rainbow Six Siege being my primary game and not being able to work with Ubisoft. I do want to say though, I don't know if he was wrongly accused or not. I'm just saying if I was wrongly accused, I really don't know the complete story because I was not there and I do not know these people. 2022 would show one of the most tone-deaf decisions out of Ubisoft, and that was to hold a Rainbow Six Siege Pro League event in UAE. When the news came out, backlash hit hard. Players, fans, and even Siege pros argued it was unsafe and completely against the game's inclusive values. Since if you look at all the operator lore, you'll find operators that are queer, non-binary, transgender, and just in general from all different walks of life.
No way. Bro, why? Why did we do this? Did we have to add lore to their sexual preference? They couldn't just be characters in a game? This is what they meant with Siege went woke? Wow. Alright, let me see. Cavaria lesbian. Flores gay. Osa trans. Tuberano trans. Yo, or whatever his name is, I don't even know. That's so funny. He was going to be my next op because it looked like he had the old school M16 from like COD. Pulse, bisexual, and Sens, non-binary. No way Sens is non-binary. I thought so. When I looked at Sens, I knew. I'm like non-binary. I already knew.
Petition
Glad to
demanding
confirm
Ubisoft
that.
cancel the event gathered
Bro,
over
we're doing video game characters. We gotta stop.
13,000 signatures in just days. Ubisoft folded under the pressure. Less than 48 hours later, they announced the 6th major would be moved to another region. They admitted they heard the community loud and clear and that they just made a mistake. It's kind of insane looking back and thinking that they actually thought this was a good idea, especially because a lot of the people...
Bro, did the community roast their life? Please tell me yes. The community, please tell me they roasted them. And this is the start of like the financial downfall that I was reading earlier.
People working for Ubisoft or within the esports scene identify with LGBTQ+. Mirage Esports was once seen as a respected organization within the Pro League community. But behind the scenes, things were getting super messy. For years, Mirage players and staff accused the org of skipping payments. Some debts were rumored to reach nearly $50,000.
Damn. Hell no, I'd be seeing you.
Stipends,
we have to come see you for that.
Funneled through a team manager instead of directly going to players. Once events moved online, the complaints couldn't be hidden anymore. People started speaking out. By early 2023, it all came crashing down. Mirage released 4 of their players, citing organization changes, but former staff claim it was about unpaid contracts and broken promises. Then came...
Similar things happen with Val and Apex 2. That's just because people just do what they think they're supposed to do instead of just doing what they want. And sometimes what you want could just be to not take a stance. And just say, you know what? This is a fucking video game, bro. I'm just not going to have a dog in this fight. But instead, they want to try to garnish like every little last pinch of dirt that they can, bro. And they're like, oh no, guys, look. Come here too. It's so stupid, in my opinion. Like, to even... Because you could face backlash on the other side. You have to be smart enough to know that. So why even risk it if you can face it on both fronts, the backlash? Let's just avoid it all and not even deal with it. Out of sight, out of mind.
In 2024, Blast, the tournament organizer for Rainbow Six, revoked Mirage's license to compete in North American League. The reason? Well, Mirage didn't even have a valid roster. Another team, SBL, had tried applying under the Mirage name without signed contracts, and Blast was not having it. In the end, Mirage went from competing at the highest level of Rainbow Six esports to being erased from the scene entirely. A mix of financial mismanagement, broken trust, and lost credibility.
And you know how it goes, people behind the scenes pinching pennies.
Tales. If you guys are a little bit more interested in this topic of unplayed players, I actually did a full video talking to ex-pro players, coaches, and so much more. 2024's biggest controversy was just the direction that Siege was going and their idea for updates. Behind the scenes, Ubisoft was working on Siege X, which was this updated version of the current engine.
Okay, I was about to say, wait, what am I playing? I'm playing Siege X, right? So I'm playing a new game, or I'm just playing an updated game of... I get it.
Maps and just better long-term quality of life fixes that would hopefully improve the game for another 10 years.
It's like a half release
from a player's
of a new
perspective,
game,
the 4 seasons we're getting in year 9 looked absolutely underwhelming. Season 1 started with an absolute bang, and Ubisoft wanted to flaunt it in our face. They released Deadly Omen with the new operator Deimos and bringing back long-awaited ACOGs on defense. This had everybody jumping for joy. They also had a hyped-up rework for the operator recruit, which was super underwhelming, and it also released with a new membership program, which I don't know anybody that actually enjoys this membership program. It's a literal
So
scam
dumb.
in my opinion. Besides that, the only other content we had is things you would have to pay for and a reworked Blackbeard and an interesting operator being Scopos. In the summer of 2025, Rainbow Six Siege eSport World was knocked on its butt when Black Ray, a star from Keg Osaka, was arrested in Tokyo for alleged person stealing and extortion. What's insane is at the time, Black Ray had just earned MVP honors at the 6th.
Yo. We do have to respect the fact that it is alleged, but, yo. Those aren't light allegations. Damn.
2025. A very weird contrast. Immediately, his org withdrew from the APAC North playoffs and dropped him from the roster. But it's insane because the story does not end there. After weeks in custody, prosecutors ultimately dropped all charges on August 27th, 2025. Black Ray announced on X that he would not be prosecuted and apologized for causing a disturbance. Now that story is wild, but ultimately, if he's innocent, it does suck because no matter what, his pro career is definitely ruined. So
Oh,
if
they
you guys
dropped
made
him
it to
for
the
good?
very end. Let me know if you guys
That
enjoy this
sucks.
style of format and if you want to see.
Listen, if your legal shit gets cleared, bro, you should be like, you could be just at the wrong place in the wrong time. You know? And I think if the justice system works its way out, especially I don't want to guess, bro, but wasn't he in thing with the CCP, or am I tripping? Wasn't he dealing with the CCP, bro? Aren't they way stricter? So if his shit was clear over there, I think he's fine. But who am I?
future style videos.
This is why the internet, bro, is so weird to me. Because you guys, we all come on the internet to be someone we're not in real life. Yet if you make one mistake on the internet, you are done, bro. But let alone, these are people that are judging you, bro, that can't even, like, if they're kids, they can't keep their room clean. They don't get straight A's. These people aren't the top percentile of their peers. And then the elder, once you get older, these people, they don't even go to work half the time. They I don't know. I could go on for hours.
And
You
just
get the
maybe
point, though.
Like the video, you know?
They'd be the most judgmental
Support
people
this,
that have, like I said, the people that have the most answers, bro, always have the most problems.
Do you have the...
So, anywho, that was pretty cool, though. I fell asleep twice, but that wasn't you. That was me working a 14-hour day. Good video. I like to have a channel like that can give me just random news about the game. Some random history sometimes. History's good. It's a good lesson. Guys, drop athieno. I don't want to chop your name, bro. I'm so sorry if I chop it. Athieno. Some love. Sub her, like her, do it up. And I'll catch y'all on the next time. Peace.
Yo, if you made it all the way to the end, bro, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Just for some insight, my videos are dying because all my subscribers are from shorts. So what's happening is my click-through rate on my big videos are getting like negative percentage numbers. So it's killing my videos before they even get a chance. If you made it this far, I have to ask you, if you liked it, you please drop a like so that we can try to see if we can keep with the engagement, keep the video afloat. I might have to make a second channel and upload all my big videos separately to try to build a subscriber base over there from my big videos. Anywho, either way, we're going to try a bunch of different things and throw them at the wall and see if they don't stick. I'm not claiming S tier content, bro. Everybody that knows me knows I say it all the time. I don't claim S tier. I know it's definitely decent, though, and worth a watch, so we got to try some different stuff. Either way, enough of me crying and whining. Thank you guys again for all the love and support. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.